Thank you for tapping into Honesty Oracle. This is your personal reading. This is going to be a long one. I meditated a while before I started pulling my decks out, and this is going to be pretty long. So I'm starting with the Starseed deck. This is a deck that basically calls to your life purpose, kind of on a grander scale of where you are in your journey, if not where you are, where you should be. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. Generally, when you pull this, you pull the "You're not for everyone" card. This is the fire element. This is basically you blazing a new trail, you setting your own path, you turning against everything that most people say, and you actually living in your authenticity. This is pretty much about you embracing yourself at this point in time. You kind of give up what you think other people should think of you, or worrying about what other people expect of you, other roles that you're supposed to play for people. At this point in time, Spirit is calling you, your higher self is calling you to be a role model for yourself. Your Spirit is calling for you to actually tap into self. Weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's yours not to carry. Like I was just saying, it's time for you to go within. It's time for you to be that resource for self. It's time for you to give a fuck about what you think and less fucks about what other people think, about how you should do things. You got lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything underlined must go. Again, setting those boundaries with people, setting those boundaries through work, through relationships. But most of all, what I hear for you, setting boundaries for yourself. I feel like you don't set enough boundaries with yourself. And if you do, you may not have the most, what words do I want to use? You might not have the most ambitious approach to it. It's more kind of like a lackadaisical type of approach. You also pull the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Like I said, at this point in time with the "You're Not For Everyone" card, it's time for you to go with yourself so that you can, that looks like a Yanni, so that you can be reborn. This is your awakening. This is you coming out of the matrix and coming out on the other side to actually self-discovery, to actually figuring out your purpose, why you're here, what you're doing, where you've been, on a grander scale. Not so much as who your family was, but more where your soul has been, where your soul is traveling to, where should you be aligned to going. So we're gonna start with that deck, and Spirit said that is enough on as far as for the messages there. So the next card, these are going to be your past life. I only take one of those unless one calls. Oh, okay. So for the first one, you pull spouse, medicine man or woman, unrequited love. So with these three cards coming out, basically, you could have ties to...
Don't get MIA, it's time meditate. Do IT.
You could have ancestral ties to Native Americans. But you also pulled spouse and unrequited love. And spouse came out first. Unrequited love came out with the medicine man and medicine woman. So you, with this particular card coming out, you could have been connected to somebody that was either a medicine man or a medicine woman, depending upon whom you were in a previous lifetime. I'll tell you more about Akashic Records meditation. Like if you wanted to go tap into a specific lifetime that I'm telling you about, you can actually do that. There's a meditation that you can do, and you can tap into your Akashic Records and, take a view. I mean, it's literally exactly what I'm saying. I've done it plenty of times. Take a view of your different lifetimes. So there's something that is keeping you stuck, that you keep repeating lifetime over and over in your relationships. You were once connected, either you were the medicine man or woman, or you were connected one, but there was unrequited love. So either you love this person more than they loved you, or vice versa. But this relationship has followed you over and over again, because this is somebody that, since there's a female here on this card, I'm assuming that maybe you had more love for this person than they were willing to give you for whatever reason. We can always tap into that. But, and I'm feeling it's more so due to the nature of work. Maybe you guys had some type of cultural differences in that particular lifetime, but this is coming out significantly because this is something that has followed you through multiple lifetimes. This is a situation that you had in multiple different relationships in multiple lifetimes, and it's pretty significant because it's coming out with the galactic card being on the bottom. And like I said, around this time, this person, you guys could have had cultural differences. You have a Celtic card at the bottom, and you guys have farms. So this could have been something that you might have lived on a farm, and maybe somewhere in your ancestral line you might have had Celtic connections, and this person with the Native American card here might have been of a different cultural difference. So and you also, guys, could have, with the spouse card here, could have had a relationship deeper than the unrequited love. But as far as going any further, making this person a part of your life, getting married, so on and so forth, that wasn't to be, because the unrequited love came out with the medicine man or medicine woman. These are life purpose cards who are actually made by the same person that makes these cards. You have environmentalists. You're an earth angel who was born to protect, nurture, teach about nature and animals. You also have talk to your angels. Instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. And then you have oracle cards. You're able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others. So it's time to step into tapping more into your intuition. Like I said, tapping more into self. I mean, pretty much the energy that I'm getting is that you need to be more confident with self. You need to build more into self. You spend a lot of time caretaking for others, but it takes away from you, because either you're not working very hard on your protection, or maybe you need to get a higher form of protection. I don't know if you're into crystals, or if you know how to make talismans or even sigils. But whatever you're doing, you need to do something more now. You need to hit another level, because you're being attacked from all sides. This is something I had heard way before. When you first asked me to do a reading, that was the first thing I heard, even when we was inboxing. But these particular decks are generally really all about life purpose. The decks that I ask, when I do these, I ask for guidance on what energy it is that you need to get the answers that you're seeking. Mostly all the decks that I pull are about life purpose, past life. This is a starseed deck. This is where you're heading to. These are the things. These are the steps that you need to do, and this is the information you need to pull from. You need to access this particular lifetime. You need to tap into working with nature. Working with nature will teach you a lot, so much more than when you are working with people, when you're seeking answers from other people. It's all, I never tell people not to get any type of help or therapy, or call a friend, whatever the case may be, when it comes to talking to other people. But I found, in my best case scenario, when I talk to self always gives me the answer that I need, and it's unbiased. Because self can't fuck you up, right? Your higher self is always trying to get you to elevate to a higher purpose. So self ain't gonna fuck you up. Self ain't gonna tell you some shit that, go ahead and do this bullshit out there so you can go ahead and get this. Self's not gonna tell you that. Self is always gonna tell you something that's gonna help you get higher. So before me personally, before I ask a person, or I consult with somebody that's not an ancestor or a spiritual guide, or somebody that I'm, an energy or entity that I'm working with, I always consult self. I stopped asking people advice for a long time. A long, long, long time ago. Because I realized that people give you answers based on themselves. And let's just say y'all live two different lifestyles. If you're over here and this person over here, y'all can still be cool and meet in the middle. But when it comes to asking advice from this person, you can't ask advice from a motherfucker down there if you up here, because they haven't been up here yet. So they really can't advise you. They not even doing the fucking work to even get up there. So asking somebody that's below you, and I don't mean in the sense of you're better than anybody, I mean in the sense of lifestyle status. Those things really exist. I know society likes to make shit you know what I'm saying, conclusive, make it for everybody, but no, in reality there is status. There is stature. There's etiquette. There's morals. There's principles. There's levels to this shit. Yes, that's why they give you grades. There's an A, there's a B, there's a C, and a D, and there's an F. And a lot of motherfuckers be at F. And you're at B. But Spirit needs you to get to A. And this is what this is about. This is what lifting the veil is about. This is what opening yourself is about. You want to hit a new level of ascension, and it's time. You're actually overdue. Talk to Your Angels came out, because instead of worrying about things and thinking in a linear way of thinking, which a lot of people that are still matrix minded is what I call it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that's still matrix minded, and it's a good population of people, and it takes time. Trust me, it takes a lot of work to get to where I am. A lot of work. And I'm not talking about just cards, because we could have did this without cards, but I've understood that people are, they're for aesthetics. People need, different things. I do all different types of divination. But for you, your past lives is very important to get to here. Because there's things you need to heal throughout your lifetime. And traumas that you have gone through that you actually need to tie together. You need to heal those. You need to put those together and prioritize them so that you can ascend without making the same stains that you made before, so you can quit going through this cycle. Because this is a cycle that you went through multiple times before. And it's still showing up in your relationships in this cycle. It's still coming out in the approach and how, basically, so let's say for 3 lifetimes, whoever you've been, whatever you did, all 3 lifetimes, you came to the same conclusion and the same approach about stuff. All 3 lifetimes. Didn't matter which one it was, all 3 of them. If you was in Africa, you was in India, you was in Egypt, in 1600, 2000, 3,000, all those fucking decades and centuries, you made the same choice and became the same person, thus creating life cycles of the same shit. Last 3 cards for the life purpose cards, you got study. Reading, research, and education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. If you're thinking about doing something new, whatever this something is, it's going to have to do, again, with your life purpose. A lot of things are going to be changing in a tumultuous pace for you. And you might not be ready because it's going to be unexpected. But I want to let you know, this is the year of 8. This is the year of master manifesting. That's what the number 8 is. I don't know if you know what your life path number is, but that's also something that will be important. And checking out your karmic debt. If you don't, if you're not familiar with the process, you can look it up, or I can even guide you to find the information out. But all those tidbits of information is what you're gonna need to kill this cycle and to go ahead and step into this new energy. The last 2 cards that you pulled were artist and body work. Engaging in artistic activities and are beneficial to your career and every other area in your life. So, in order to open your mind, one thing that I've learned is to create. I do a lot of arts and crafts. Outside of me having a spiritual store, I make everything. I make body butters, I make teas, body washes, hair wash, any type of product, alternative medicines, any type of product that you could think, I for the most part I created. But it's in those times that I have some of the most profound thoughts. I have some of the most profound fucking conversations, because when you're creating, there's an energy that you build through your sacral chakra, and it is so healing. When you in one thing that I've mastered transmutation with is creating. Instead of being destructive and smoking weed, I'm saying drinking or whatever, whatever your pleasure is, I do productive shit, because it ain't nothing like being effective. It ain't nothing like being the smartest bitch in the room. And you get that way when you prioritize yourself over all. And it took a long time. It's not an easy process. I'm 38 and it took me, probably, it's like maybe late 20s before I finally got it. But I'm progressive. A lot of people aren't progressive. A lot of people don't want to put in the amount of work that you're going to be required to put in to push yourself and elevate to this next level. Your life purpose involves body work, such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. So this is a clue here. This is something, for you to look at. So you're good at healing with your hands. You're good at helping people. When you help people, yours is through physical touch. It's something you can try out if you have kids, or you can try it out on yourself. Self-healing is really the best way to practice. It was really how I want to say, maybe it came natural for me, but it started with myself. Doing stuff for myself, and just naturally I just blew the fuck up with it, and I started doing everything. I started making medicines and creams, and I started not only healing myself, but I started taking on bigger things like COVID. I've had cancer patients, I've had HIV patients, I've had MS patients, I've had lupus patients. So, and it was something to give, but it was because it's one thing to heal self. When you can heal others and you can help others and you can walk other people about of hospitals and shit, there's something profound about it that makes you want to be more effective. So what I did was I perfected my crafts. I did a lot of studying. I did a lot of creating, and that made me a better healer. So you have a pretty you really got a really profound background, to be honest. But there's a darker side. We'll get into that a couple decks from now. This is the ancestral tarot. You got the Three of Cups. So you definitely have some ancestors that are wanting to come and work with you. They're wanting to come and show you some things. You may, this is the King Arthur. This is the ancestral tarot deck. So there's different, this is the Arthurian Grail mythos. So basically this is Morgana's Reverie, and it basically synthesizes the story of the cups as the sister of King Arthur. She basically prepares herself for the role to be the psychopomp on the path to King Arthur's initiation into knowledge of his genetic heritage, about his spiritual responsibilities. So a lot of times, whatever these cards, they all have 4 different eras, and you've already pulled, you had Celtic in the deck. I didn't pull that particular card, but you had Celtic in the deck. So these are some eras maybe you want to look into. Because what they show us, with colors and nationalities, that ain't what the fuck people do. You have the Two of Pentacles. This is the bear. This is, again, another Native American reference. So a bear might be a spirit animal of yours. You might be attracted to bears. Bears might show up in your life. If you're unfamiliar with what the bear represents, you might want to go ahead and take a look into bears, what they represent. Basically, this is the Menominee tribe, and they have the creation and legend of the bear and thunder spirit ancestors, and a Winnebago Holly medicine song. Basically, it supports the tale of a vision quest. And if you really look at the card the way I'm looking at it, you can also see the infinity sign here. Like I said, this is another card confirming that this is something that you're being pushed into. This is something that's being orchestrated for you. It's being ordained. You just have to do the work to be able to step out on the other side of it. I knew this card was gonna come out because it was on the bottom of the damn deck. Judgment. This is your day. It's time for you to step out of the matrix and step into self. This is what you've been waiting on. This is what you've been called for. This looked like a bed to me. It's time to wake the fuck up and get on your shit, because this is exactly what you've been asking for. But you also have to fight the darker part of a soul. At the top of this card, there's a hand reaching in, but the girl looked like she's moving too fast. So there's a darker side to your extension. You might want to work on habits, behaviors, approaches, and the way that you talk about yourself. With the World card here, the way that you see yourself, because that has a lot to do with what lower vibrational entities are feeding off of or are getting from you energetically, mentally, spiritually. Oh, you got the Star card here. Like I said, it's definitely time for you to heal some things and step into this new energy. But you have to kill a lot of the illusions that you create for yourself. You also have the Three of Wands as well. So there's something waiting for you to make a wrong decision. You need to do some protection and some cleansing work. But like I said, this card was on the bottom of the deck too. The Queen of Wands. The Devil. Like I said, there's something definitely holding you back with the Six of Sacred Circles is the Six of Pentacles. Something is definitely holding you back on the darker side, and it's threatening to fuck up all that's actually coming to you over here with the Ten of Cups, with the birth, new energy, money, castle, things are being settled. But like I said, when I was saying it before with this card here, there's a darker side to your extension, and it has to do with your approach to things. I don't know if it's a mental thing for you. I don't know if it's a spiritual thing, for you. We can always have a conversation about it. But there's a darker side to your extension. It's like there is something waiting. It's waiting, and it's pulling you again with the Chakra card here. These are your manifestations. These blossom into this. This is a tree. When you plant a tree and you clear away all the shadows, all the things behind you, it blossoms into this, into your Ten of Cups. Because your Six of Pentacles is basically about giving and taking. You got to give and take. You got to let shit go to get. You got to give to gain. But there is something. I don't know if it's an attachment that you have. Sometimes some people, when they incarnate here, they come with entities. Some people come with protectors. Some people come with attachments that they've gained over lifetimes or lineages or bloodlines. But there's a darker side to your extension that you have to tap into yourself to, and like I said, you have to tap into this, because this is affecting a lot of different things. And in these different cups, there's a couple here. There's a Jesus depiction here. And we're not going to say Jesus, we're going to say there, but there is a creator energy here. You also have, this could be the Three of Sticks. This could also be cactuses, meaning that there's something that needs to be hydrated. There's something that's dry. There's something that you're not giving life to with the moon here. There's a lot of things that are hidden that you need to analyze, because in this cup there's the Eye of Ra, there's a daisy, there's a crown, and there's what looks like the Hierophant, and there's a Star of David. So these are where all your gifts are. But it's all being drained and dispersed with all this bullshit, all the secrecy, all the different cups and illusions that are being either placed. They could be self-induced. And when I mean self-induced, I mean a situation happened, right? And, okay, for instance, this shit just happened to me. Let's say a car get broken into. So now, you don't even want to park your fucking car on the street. You rent you a fucking garage, you take a lift, you park your car somewhere else, and this is what you've done for, we'll say, 6 or so months. That trauma built an unhealthy pattern, and you've carried that unhealthy pattern, and that pattern snowballs. So now you're more cautious now. You do extra shit when you leave the house. You do extra shit when you park your car. It's like self-induced toxicity that you create, because a lot of times when things traumatic happen to us, saying, you know what, okay, that's some bullshit, but fuck it, doesn't condone or make it okay. What it does is it acknowledges, damn, that was some fucking bullshit. But you know what? I got to go ahead and I still have to maintain a balance about this. And when you get to a specific state, you'll start connecting shit that happens to you to it's generally to something else. And sometimes it could be karma. Sometimes it could be things that you speak on yourself, because I'm doing one-on-ones. I was hosting workshops, but now I'm doing one-on-ones, and it's basically how to talk. It's called Talk to Me Nice. Talk to Me Nice workshop. Because a lot of people don't get that they really talk themselves out of a lot of their bliss. They talk themselves a lot out of their abundance. They talk themselves out of jobs, homes, people they want to fuck with, cars. They talk their kids into shit. They talk themselves into poverty. And it's really because the etymology of words, we don't understand what the fuck we be saying. And then when I come along, they be trying to tell people like, oh, you shouldn't speak that way. You shouldn't say good morning. You should say grand rising. Grand rising ain't just a spiritual trend. It actually means the rising of the sun is grand. It's grand for Ra to shine on you. But because people don't do no fucking research, because people don't, they choose to just take whatever fuck somebody say, and if they look good enough or they got enough people to saying the same shit, okay, then that's law. Nobody does any fucking research, and this is why people are fucked up. This is why people keep repeating things, and then when you acknowledge, you bring awareness to it, you gotta want to change. It's not just gonna come by happenstance. You actually have to work at it. It's something that you have to work at. It's something that you have to do. But for you, you have an amazing path ahead of you. You have a lot of beautiful things in yourself to unlock. But this is something that you'll really have to face. I'm getting interested. I'm getting Shango energy. So that might be an Orisha that you might want to look into. But yeah, there's a darker side to your ascension. This is the Awakening Soul deck. And these are personal messages for you. This is the then, and you got to get you to the now. Sanctuary. While creating boundaries for yourself, create a safe space. Create a space where you feel beautiful, where you feel sexy, where it's just your energy. Whether it be a bedroom, it be a closet, it be a space in the attic, space in the basement, space in the, make it yours. Spray a little bit of your perfume, put on some music, dance, transmute energy. Oh, this came out in reverse. This is desire. You also have to feel that you're worthy of the things that you're asking for and that you're manifesting. I'm hearing the words fizzle out. So I feel like maybe you be hoping for shit or you be wanting shit. But after a while, it's like, you know what, I gotta do this, that, and the third to get it. Fuck it, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna just do this. Stop doing that. If you do that, stop doing that. Stop speaking against yourself. If you want something, you have to know that you're going to get it no matter what. 50, 15 million motherfuckers could be like, girl, you ain't about to get that shit. Girl, that shit ain't about to happen for you. You could even see it's not about to happen. I wouldn't give a fuck. Regardless, if you say, I want this, and you know it's in alignment for you to have, and you decide to go after that shit, you gotta know that you're gonna get it before the thought even come. You gotta know that you're gonna get that shit. I said before the thought even come of what you want, you gotta know that you're gonna get that shit. That's a whole different mentality that's separated away from you actually wanting or desiring or not getting those desires met. It's a concept that you step into when you get into self, when you accept self. It's a mindset. It's a frame of thought that no matter what the fuck I do out here, what I go for, I'm gonna get it. This is before you even want shit. You don't even know what the fuck you want yet, but you know you gonna get it. You don't even know what you gonna do yet. Shit, but you know you gonna do it. You don't even know how the fuck you gonna get there. But you know you gonna get there. You don't know, and that's okay. People gotta sit and learn to be still with being it's okay to not know. It's okay to not know. If a motherfucker know all the time, they don't know shit. And I spend a lot of time thinking. It's okay to not know, because sometimes in that not knowing what you need to do and where you need to be, it comes to you. That's when you're in receptive mode. A lot of time people don't know that I don't know shit. That's when you transmute. That's when you transmute that energy. That's when you take that, oh, I don't know. Shit. That's when you know the most. Soon as you think, I don't know, that's when you get excited. Because at this point, you're out of options and thoughts to make the shit one particular way. It's gonna come to you now. Now it's gonna be easy. Because now you're waiting. Waiting is the divine feminine energy, receptive energy. But a lot of times we don't do it in a positive way. So when we get the shit that we asking for, it come half-assed. Some of it comes, some of it don't. It come, but it come late as fuck. By the time some of it come, the other part of it needed, and then the part that you could have, you might not even be getting that shit on time. That comes from how we speak, how we accumulate, how we create. Because when you speak, you're creating. Every time words leave your mouth, you're creating. Whether you create good for yourself, whether create bad for yourself, whether create good for your family, bad for your family, good for your friends, bad for you. Every time you open your mouth, you should be mindful of what the fuck you say. Because you could hurt yourself or you can help yourself. And then don't have other motherfuckers speaking to you or speaking for you. Because guess what? Now you gotta also contend with their energy. Now you gotta also contend with their energy. And whatever the fuck they think. And then you gotta do more protection and more speaking about yourself. Because now you got other motherfuckers speaking about shit they ain't got no business speaking about. You pulled the wisdom card. You have ancestors that you need to do a family tree. and go as far back if you can. It's probably gonna be this is probably where the Akashic records and the doing shit like Ancestry.com are gonna meet, because I've had to do this, and a lot of people that I have worked with and work with when they're wanting to do their ancestry line, because I practice a lot with veneration. I practice a lot with, setting altars. I have 2-3 altars in my house for different, sets of ancestors, different orishas that I work with. But you definitely have people that are wanting to get to know you because they need to speak with you. They need to let you know, oh, we need you to do there. You have a task list that you're not even aware of, that you're not even checking off right now. And you should probably be at like check 30, because your ancestors have a lot of shit for you to do. There's been a lot of things done, a lot of evil wrought, a lot of bullshit that has happened. You got grounding. Again, going to nature, creating a sanctuary, creating a safe space for self. Because a lot of times, if you have family around you, you don't get to spend as much time by yourself as you need to. So having a safe space is going to open that place for you. You got simplicity, playing an instrument, like I said, dancing, listening to music. You also got Gaia. Gaia came out in reverse. Alignments is going to be a big focal point for you this year. You know what? I'm not even this year, this season. You're going to go through some tumultuous events. You're going to go through some shit that's going to shake up your foundation. You're going to go through some rocky moments where you think you're not going to win. But these moments are to put you in silence, to bring you to a silent mode, basically. The events that are going to happen to you are to bring you to a silent mode. Now, I always say the easiest way to do shit when, the universe is directing you, or you get messages like these where it's shit that you need to be doing, the easiest way on your life is just to fucking do it. Don't let the universe, oh my God, girl, don't let the universe do it for you. Don't do it. Just do it. If you got to do it, just fucking do it. If you need a list, I will write it down for you, but just do it. It makes your life so much easier. Oh my God, when the universe gets to doing shit like this and want to put you in isolation, and you will not just go in isolation, and the universe decide to take action, and the universe decide to motherfucker start giving guidance, guess what? They will turn your shit upside down so you can unplug. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just make it easy on yourself. Join the one-on-ones. Have quite a few different people that I'm working with. The one-on-ones are going to start in a week, because there are a lot of different items and things, packets that I put together for the workshop. I was doing a workshop the month before last, but everybody has different schedules. So I ended up really just mostly doing one-on-one. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to do one-on-ones, because apparently that's what I'm doing anyways. So I'm starting another workshop up next week, but it's going to be one-on-ones. I did a flash sale. Those are $50 for, was it $50? It was $50 or $60. I think it was $50. And basically it comes with the workbook, comes with the journal, comes with the Royally Melanated, the name of my store is Royally Melanated Store, comes with a Royally Melanated packet, which includes things like different crystals, that I feel that people should start off with, that are not really, really wide range using crystals. It comes with different things like cleansing items. Because it is cold season, it does come with things like different face themes, teas, And then there's also another packet that I include that has a bunch of quick different remedies that like just a few different things, not anything extensive, but it's like fucking 10-15 pages of remedies, different herbs and spices and shit that people can use just on something quick to help people become more self-sufficient with healing self instead of relying on medicines. So regardless of how you get there, at this point, going to self is the best thing that you could possibly do. Because like I said, when the universe do it, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. I wouldn't even want that for you. I would just go ahead and do it, girl. Just go ahead and do it. Snatch the Band-Aid off real quick. You ain't losing shit. And listen, it is winter. Girl, you got 2 months to go be a fucking amazing, to go make yourself into something fucking extraordinary. So by the time motherfucking spring come around, when the new year starts, because that's when those of us who, celebrate the new year when it's supposed to start. When the new year starts, oh girl, pop out is going to be an understatement. You ain't going to want to use that shit. No, honey, you're going to make a motherfucking entrance. You're making an entrance this motherfucking next season. All you got to do is do the work. All you got to do is do the work. We are going to tap into a different realm. This is the Gypsy deck. And then I'm going to clarify it with the Cartomancy deck of, this is the Hoodoo Cartomancy deck, kind of what the original card tarot decks mean. You have Despair. Yeah, someone is in despair because of this new journey that you're getting ready to go on. You might be working with somebody that's sick. Okay. So, like I said, this energy here, we're going to call it an energy because either way, that's what it is. This energy here, this is you. All the cards are still on the table. This is you facing this journey. This 10, I set this 6 of Pentacles over here. I also set this 10 of Cups over here. And the despair is you coming to terms with yourself. You actually doing the fucking work to get to these cards. Well, this is the journey card facing where you're supposed to be. This awakening that you're coming into. There's going to be, like I said, there's going to be some tumultuous situation. So you might be called to take care of somebody. Somebody might be sick. Hold on, I dropped 2 cards. Somebody might have a house fire. Somebody might go to jail. I'm sorry, let me show you these. Somebody might have a house fire and need somewhere to stay. Well, if you have a significant other, don't do it because this person has other intentions. And like I said, it might not even be something they intend to do. But when you have this type of shit trying to stop where you're trying to go, when you're working with energy, you're working with entities, anything is possible. And we call them, in my realm, body jumpers. Energy sent to people to do shit because they already operate at a certain frequency to where certain things are not beneath them to do. So some people might go to jail. You might be called to bail somebody out of jail. Somebody might go to jail. Hell, it can even be somebody that you fuck with go to jail. Somebody might pass away with the death card here. So be mindful of that. Yeah, this looks like the Grim Reaper is actually on the prowl for somebody. So it definitely could be something. But there is going to be a lot of things that happen around you to stop you from this motherfucking journey. But all you got to do is stay fucking faithful. Stay loyal. Stay steadfast, because you are going to go through some things. You're going to go through some shit. And this is the most honest and tactful way that I can advise you of it. But I kind of had heard that prior to me pulling. That's why I asked, instead of me just pulling, decks and saying, okay, I'm going to do a reading, I meditated on it. I wanted to know what decks were going to give you the answers to your questions so that you can get to where you're wanting to get to. And like I said, this motherfucker here is going to attempt to rob a lot of different tragedies in your life to knock you the fuck off this course. So let me explain to you what that people like me that do to the extent of what I do in the spiritual realm, that lets me know, oh shit, I'm a powerful motherfucker. If I got all y'all goddamn entities and demons and energies and fucking attachments and shit, if I got all y'all trying to do all this shit, oh, okay then. I must be a threat. Now granted, you might not think about this. You might not think about it that way when you're facing these type of situations. You might not think about it that way if you happen to get that fucking call. You might not think about it that way if something happens to somebody home and they gotta fucking get it, they gotta stay with you. You might not think about it that way if you get sick. You might not think about it that way when you're sitting in all this bullshit, like everything just keep happening back to back to back to back to back. But that's the way the enemy works. And the closer you are to where you're trying to get to, the harder that motherfucker like to play. But that's where protection comes from. You got you have the room. So when there's, let's see, I always like to pull a card behind the room. So you have the priest and you have cheerfulness in the room. And I was initially going to say there's a conversation being had about you by people that you think are cool with you. Hold on. Let me clarify this, priest. This is bothering me. Yeah, room, priest, and chair. Yeah, 4 cups, 5 cups. No. Okay, this is, okay. You got the 4 cups, clarifying this priest with the 4 cups, 5 cups, and the 8 of swords crossing. Basically keeping you binded to accepting the same shit. Basically keeping you stuck in your religion, in your same behavior, in your same faith. You reading the same book over and over trying to find new solutions, but you keep having the same shit happen to you. With wanting to walk away, walking in sadness. You're stuck, but it came out crossing. With the 8 of swords here. Basically, the same ideologies that, let me see, how could I word this? Basically, the discussion is, in order to keep you continuing in these cycles, you're going to be in situations where It's fight or flight, and you're going to use the same methods to try to get you up out of those situations. There's somebody orchestrating something. This ain't got shit to do. This ain't got nothing to do with this. This is on a physical level. This is on a 3D level. I don't know if you have false friends around you. But this is something that somebody is orchestrating. Whether somebody's playing mind games, or whether they come around you for a specific reason, or whether they soaking up your energy. Rather it's a person that, y'all might be cool, but y'all talk about the same shit. Y'all do the same shit. It ain't nothing really, there's nothing really progressive. You, with these energies they celebrate, but they don't celebrate with you, is what I'm hearing. It's weird as fuck. Like, these people don't celebrate with you. They talk about you, but they don't celebrate with you. They kind of celebrate outside of you. And whatever type of relationship y'all have, whatever the conversations are surrounding you being stuck by accepting and doing the same shit. It's like they probably talk shit about you, that you be doing the same shit. And it's like, what the fuck do you expect? That's why you stuck. That's what I'm getting. Because you have the priest, the cheerfulness card here. And like I said, it's about, the conversation is about you being stuck, making you stuck because you keep doing the same shit. This, like I said, I was going to use these to clarify. You got the Jack of Hearts, Cupid, best friend of Inquirer. So this is, or a fair person's thoughts. Cards on either side indicate a good or bad nature of its intention. So I'm using these cards to clarify these gypsy cards. With this, the priest, the cheerfulness, and the other things that I pulled with the journey. But specifically the people, because this is the first time that physical people, like in your paradigm, has actually come out in your reading. You have a fair man with a violent temper and a vindictive, obstinate mind. This is the King of Diamonds. So these are people that are in your actual physical energetic realm. I'm not going to take all of these. You got early marriage and speedy widowhood. A warning with regard to second marriage is also included. So somebody that may be married, or somebody husband. Like I said, there was the death card here. So early marriage or speedy widowhood. So this could be somebody's husband that died. Somebody maybe just married. That could be a friend or somebody that's connected to you. You also put prosperity and success in a measure, dependence on its surrounding cards, endearments, and wedding bells. So somebody gonna get married quick, and somebody's gonna get married quick and be left a lot of money. The prosperity and success depends upon the cards that's around it. So some money might be gained through a marriage, but this person is going to die quick. You also pulled, a marriage later in life, which will probably be somewhat checkered. So this could be somebody that's been married a couple times, or that's been married and one of their husbands died, and this is probably somebody that likes to be in relationships, but they don't pick the best relationships. This could also be regarding a cycle. The cycle that I was referring to with the unrequited love and the spouse and the medicine woman, medicine man. Looking at the cards, this could also have to do with that. Something addressing this particular situation is connected to, like I said, a past energy, that a cycle that keeps being repeated. Anything else? You got the Three of Spades, a marriage. Damn, what the fuck? A marriage that will be marred by the inconsistencies of the Inquirer's wife or husband, or a journey. Okay, that makes fucking sense. You have the Ace, wealth, peaceful home, industry, and general prosperity. So this might directly be attached to the journey I mentioned earlier. You are going this way, but this may be sent also as a hindrance to basically block you from going where the fuck you're trying to go. Because marriages come out 4 times, but it's in different aspects, in different situations. It's not all the same shit. This might be a relationship that comes in for you, that looks like something lasting. You might be in this relationship currently, or you might be facing this relationship. But basically, this relationship isn't in alignment with you. It's going to block your journey. On the other side of this is wealth, peaceful home, industry, and general prosperity. On the other side of your journey is this. But there's going to be something sent in the form of a relationship, because all blocks are not going to look like death and prison and all of that shit. Blocks could be sent in the form of friends who just can't get right, and every time you hang with them, they drain your fucking energy. Or because you hang with them, you can't receive certain blessings because they're not supposed to be around you when you get them. So that is basically what I have for you. There's some other things that I want to say. This is like already about to be an hour, so I'm gonna include those in a different video. But this is pretty much your overall where you're supposed to be at. You are on a journey, and there's going to be a lot of things sent to block you and stop you. That should let you know how much power is on the other side, how many gifts and how much abundance is on the other side of the journey that you need to take. You just need to do the work. You just need to do the work. Shango might be an Orisha that you want to do some research on. That came out with this card as well. And then also protection and cleansing. You have some form of an attachment that is very watchful of you, very watchful of how you move, and is going to do a lot to block you. So upping your protection work will be very vital for you right now. It'll also be very helpful in learning some different techniques, not just 1 or 2, but really learning how to be intentional about your protection of your life. You know, if you drive a car, put protection in your car. If you're going around certain people, you know what I'm saying, or you have people in your house, stay at your house when they leave. If you know you about to go over people's house, or you know they got shitty energy, maybe meet outside somewhere. If you know you shouldn't be hanging around somebody, maybe stick to just phone calls. You know, tell a person you're hibernating for the season, and if you're not confrontational, you say, hey, you know what, right now I got to take care of me, so I'm going to just go off the grid for a little bit. You know, whatever excuses or whatever you need to tell people. But at this point in time, you have a mission that you need to be on, and you already have a fucking battle on your hands. You're going to have a whole bunch of fucking battles on your hands, because there's a fucking entity that's attached to you that does not want you to succeed, does not want you to get to where the fuck you want to get to. And this is something that has followed you for the last few or 2 lifetimes because of some contract that you decided that you didn't want to be a part of. But like I said, we can do Akashic Records. That's a whole separate thing. But this is where you are. Again, the Orisha that you should look into is Shango. And I'll also still give you information on properly accessing and properly finding out who that is. All right, love. Namaste.